This is from Warwick. What's it say? Warwick Farm in Boston. Shut up, Tom. It's a nice brewery in Bucks County.
Dude, you asking even questions about where Warwick is seems like a threat.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny.
Do you want my energy?
That just intense Tommy Pope. Warwick. Yeah, it's so funny, man.
Well, people get
Where's it from? Warwick? Fuck you, Tom. I'll fight everybody in this room.
Well, I started hearing how douchey I sound. Trying to have I'm not good at the whole pitch to the sales thing.
Awful.
Yeah, Chris and I mentioned that to the Are You Garbage guys. They have
I feel like you'd be great at pitch the sales.
They have an opening. Well, I start hearing how disgusting it sounds.
Yeah.
And then I get really I get douche chills about trying to be serious. And
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than somebody who doesn't take a cue, a social cue,
for sure,
for telling a long story, and you're giving the I don't give a fuck.
Of course, man. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah,
you know, because I think we all probably we're all from the same sort of you know what I mean, same ilk for sure. Like that Philly, Jersey, salt of the earth. I can't be vulnerable or I'm gay. Ilk. Yeah. The minute I hear myself, I'm like, I know this is boring, isn't it, fellas? Let's go to fucking Home Depot and throw some people in a 2x4.
Plus, it feels like your whole life mission is to feel natural. So the idea of getting in front of the camera and sounding like you're selling fucking whatever that rubber paint is they cover boats with.
Oh yeah,
it's just God,
do I have the thing to help out your teak wood, guys?
It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, dude,
I know, man.
I did a set of commercials with McKeever for GE, and it was a fucking nightmare because they're, it's commercial. It's a very specific brand.
Yes.
And the whole thing, the tagline was "Caulk it like you mean it," and that was edgy for them.
Yeah.
And they had all their people in all the corporate people in one separate room watching all the TVs, and I had to say a copy which was similar, but every single spot had a different wording here and there. Sure. And I was hungover, of course. Just fucking everything.
Biggest moment of your life.
It was our first drank until 4 a.m.
You always do that too, where you make excuses for it. Where you're I'm more honest when I'm hungover. I'll be a better actor. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a little loose. I'll be loose.
Yeah, but they want this. They want method.
Usually I'm tight in the shoulders when I get 8 hours of sleep. Fuck that. Give me force.
When I'm holding the light bulb, they want me shaking.
Man. You don't want to see me at 8 hours, wide-eyed, bright. You know what I mean? Quick. No.
I didn't know what hot mic meant because it was my first corporate gig as well as John's as a director. And we're sitting
Couple
around.
Of sound guys got the business.
Well, worse. So all the corporate,
worse.
All the corporate schnooks were in this one little television room.
Sure.
And they're reviewing all the kids, and I'd fuck up, and then he would be all right, look, dude, just make sure you hit these 2 words. Yeah. The rest of the copy is pretty much the same.
Right.
But you get to spot 4. Those 2 words are now 8 words, and they're all fucking each other in your head. Yeah. So then the frustration's coming, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then they'll be all right, cut, give this idiot a fucking break. And then I'm steaming because I know I'm the asshole that everybody's Jesus, dude, let's just get to lunch, man. Just say what you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
Because I should have been studying it for 2 weeks. Anyway, this woman keeps coming over to check my sound. And she's funneling and fucking up my shirt, and I had it where I wanted it and all that stuff, and I'm like, God.
The last thing you need.
And I'm like, does she know who she's touching? Yeah. So then finally I looked over, Bartley was doing spots with me too, and I was like, this fucking cunt touches my shirt one more time. And John's going, hot mic! And he's yelling from across the room, down. He's trying to mask me saying cunt, because this woman's already back in the video village.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
So then it was weird. Obviously, the rest of the day.
Yeah. What hour was that? How much more a day? That was 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And you had to what,
the rest of the day till 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can move the wires if you want. I swear to God.
Yeah. And if you had nailed all the takes, she would have been looking at her shoes. But because you're fucking up, she's like, this fucking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. They're like this.
Also, the reason
you didn't have any power.
Because I was fucking up is the reason she had to touch my shit.
She had to make an excuse to buy you some time.
Yeah.
Did she say anything remotely to bring it up, or was it just super awkward after that?
No, she never brought it up. But McKeever made it known that everyone in Video Village that's paying us and hired us is all listening to you call this girl a cunt, who's just a nice little girl,
Yeah.
I bet you hit the next take though.
I fucking crushed it, dude.
Yeah, I bet tears. This like Daniel Day-Lewis type performance.
You start losing about getting your money, you tighten some shit up.
You're so rough.
Yeah, you're like, where's my camera? Okay.
We here at GE are serious about our car. My baritone drop.
Did you have any moment where you were like, oh, I have to like fix, like I have to call everyone on set a cunt so they think I'm just British?
You hide it in the noise. You signal in the noise.
You're just going off in other ways where you're like, I'll see how far I can stretch this. You're like, yeah, call everyone Oriental too. And they're just like, that's just the way this guy talks. Don't take offense to anything.
Yeah, it's like the reason that old decrepit monster on that HBO series got nailed for killing all his ex-wives. You don't realize you got a hot mic on.
Wait, slow down, Tom.
Durst.
Yeah, Durst. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a lizard guy that was taking a piss.
Well, you said HBO series. It's like that's a real life thing that happened. That happened in real life.
So fast from you fucking up on a commercial set to a guy who murdered people.
Shut up, you cunts. Yeah, the guy with the see-through skin was pissing. He was like, "Of course I did. I did them all."
That,
and they were like, "Holy shit!"
That Jewish reptile that lived in Westchester County.
Redundant,
for sure, man.
First off.
It probably was just like a hangover anxiety thing.
Yes.
Like, you know when you're sitting around, you got hangover anxiety, and you're like, fucking the Chiefs. And everyone's like, what?
Oh, sure. You just started admitting to dark things in your past. That's the time to let them go. No one's even there. I totally understand that moment.
Yeah.
You're just hungover and you're just like, I wanted to fuck my cousin at 11. There's no therapist nearby. It's just you on the wall.
You just look in the mirror like, I didn't want to throw down the whole steps. You know, just a couple of them.
Just seem to like the first couple.
I get a little shove.
Yeah. She'd always talked about she'd never been to an amusement park.
Chivalry's not dead. Get down there a little bit. You don't know how they came up, but yeah, it's very embarrassing.
Oh, man.
I have a moment on set. I think everything I've ever done that like it's been like super embarrassing that you think about later in life, and you're like, wow.
Oh God, man.
The anxiety comes to the front, and you're like, I'm embarrassing.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on. And you feel there's so much going on, and you're so desperate for whatever this is to like, you'll do anything. Like I remember, because I would always go out for these. Like they don't send me out anymore because I'm 0 for $1 million on any commercial or whatever. But I used to only go out for like from like hot dog vendor, commercial hijacker, like whatever. Like my face was
your
like
range is wild, dude. You make me look Scottish somehow.
I know. I am that like rogue kind of Italian where they go Egyptian. Yeah. Like I don't know what that is. Claimed by nobody, just an enemy to all. So I was in there once. It was a cab driver role, right? And like, so I'm in there and I'm doing the cab driver and I do the first take. It's fine. I'm a terrible actor, but it's like fine. So they're like, hey, for this next one, can you like make it a little more ethnic? Yeah. And I was like, all right. I was like, I can do that, but this will be racist because I'm not good at voices, so it's gonna be racist. They're like, I'm sure it'll be fine. And I go, okay. And then I started off.
You pull a waiver out of your pocket. You're coming down with me. This goes.
Yeah. And I was like, you have all this all on film, right? You signed off on this. I started. I just go dooty booty dooty booty dooty. It's not in the script. These are just things I felt, and they were like, whoa. We're all good here. Thanks for coming in, pal. And I was like, yeah, man, you did this to me. Yes. You made me a Pakistani racist. You did this. I was just a guy named Anthony. Here I am, Samir, racist to his own kind. So mad.
I like how you didn't even use words and then put an accent on it. You
just went with revved up the engine with a feeling to get to the words. Yeah, it was awful. But I think about that once a week.
I mean, it never goes away.
If I was on the other side of that table, I would think that you were attacking me. I would think that was like a direct insult to my face. Yeah. I can ethnic it up a bit. Is that what you want? You did this to me.
Yeah, right. That's like my moment where I'm like, you made me this, guys. What an insane position to take, man. You're right.
Did you say something like that on the way out, or you just went, thanks so much for...
Yeah, of course. I was like, thanks so much. Keep me in mind for future endeavors. You know what I mean? The whole thing, like, just walking out of there, just, oh, God, completely sold everything out.
I've had a couple where the casting director was, like, laughing under paper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 'cause
like laughing with you, or
Oh,
like
no.
I can't believe this is happening.
I wasn't
Yeah.
killing. I was being killed. I was on the chopping block live.
Dude, the only audition I've ever done was that I think a bunch of us did it for. It was like a 6-hour hot dog commercial during the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I immediately turned that down.
Yeah. And it was the first time I'd ever been asked to do
Yeah.
anything, so I'm like, yep,
Of course.
And I get in there, and it's like. The job is going to be speaking in an old English accent.
Good Lord.
For 6 hours.
6 hours.
For 6 hours.
About hot dogs. And I went in there and I was like,
Yeah,
It sounds like what a rich man does to get off. Like that's what he makes a poor person do in his cabin.
Thank you. Literally was just gonna say it. It's like it's an oil tycoon going, how can I come today? That's what hot dog commercial for 6 hours. Not enough.
I like too that
Old
like
English.
he's semi-hard with normal accent talking about hot dogs. He was like, "Try British." And you do that, and he's like, "Yeah, this is working for me." All right. But anyway, yeah. Go
oh, dude, I got a thank you 2 words in.
fuck off, Jesus
It's like 2
Christ.
words in. It was like, thanks, man.
Wait,
2 words.
What were the 2 words?
Yeah.
It was probably like,
Hello, mate.
I was going there.
What's up, eh?
How about a chip for the Queen?
I've been practicing in the mirror every morning since that.
Well, yeah, that's the saddest because you bomb so bad, and like you don't even want to be like. I spent the whole day memorizing these 20 seconds, and convincing myself at one point, going, "Shit, I'm a pretty good actor. Like, I made the wrong choice. I'm like a stage actor, you know." And then you get in there, and you're like, "I don't even know that I could speak English." It's horrible.
Yeah, I in the car ride home, I was immediately rejected the entire industry. I went totally the other way. I was like, you know what? Fuck those people. I never want to do shit like that anyway.
Oh yeah, that's the best. You make that turn. That's great too. Where you're just like, you know what? I've always said this about Hollywood. Where all of a sudden you've had a mind about the agency for years. And you're like, this is why I do what I do, and they do what they do, and we're on the different sides of the coin. It's crazy.
And then you have a sandwich, and you're like, I gotta change some things.
You're like, I gotta stop drinking. I gotta write things down. I gotta take a class. Yeah.
Why'd you ever stop doing accents? You like accents.
Dude, you should be doing accents more.
Dude, that's my I remember this was like maybe 2 years ago. I went home and I found like somehow my mom had like our preschool report cards just like in a cabinet. My brother and I.
Thing.
Yeah.
And my brother's the whole report card was like how good he was at reading and how like really like precocious and intelligent he was. And mine was like Chris comes in and he really does like an incredible job of making all the noises from the cartoons he watches in the morning. And instead of being really devastated by that report, I was like, I did used to make noises.
Someone is finally admiring me.
Yeah. Somewhere along the way, you thought it was too gay or whatever to make noises, and that was something you really enjoyed.
You know, the parent has to read through that passive aggressive, like, you know, that speak that a teacher's like, how do I let this parent know that their child has water on its brain? Well, he does the noises. Like, this was a historical book report. Why are we talking about noises?
They erased out the part where they're like, for a kid who was probably hit with a hammer a lot. They're like, that's not right to bring it up. And they just kept the compliment part.
You can still read the back of the paper, though. So dad flips over like, son of a bitch.
There's whiteout over the text.
The word noises to me makes me laugh.
Hilarious.
That they weren't even just like, he does the voices. He does the noises.
Yeah.
That's not even like he's doing Roadrunner. He's like, he's doing a bazing. He's like, he's making some kind of sounds that I think are remotely like Bugs Bunny.
Meanwhile, you probably just ate too much. Knowing you ate too much. You were just farting all over the fucking class.
They had to ask me what the noises were. They're from cartoons.
Let's hear one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't even remember what they are.
Come on.
Were there any...
I really don't. I just remember like...
For sure.
Yeah.
Were there any like growing up that you were like, oh, I could do this guy well, or you thought you could?
Yeah, I just remembered. I remember being like super young, like pre-kindergarten, and being like into doing like voices and stuff.
For sure,
and thinking that I was like good at it.
Same. Yeah.
and like having a lot of fun with it. Like in the report is like the whole class stands around and like we all have like a great time. He like makes every day great.
Oh shit.
We have fun. Which also sounds like a Down syndrome report.
Speaking this sentimentally about when you were 4 years old with a bunch of 4-year-olds. Meanwhile, you're just all holding your asshole, waiting to drink juice and milk.
Dude,
I do like that they would gather around.
We all gather
we have to
around.
listen to the orator.
It was a good time. Yeah. You were 4.
dude, I used to crush at the Cubbies, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, damn, man. I
Bring
miss
down the house at the Cubbies.
Whew, yeah, man. I miss the idea of having things in Cubbies, man. What a wild time being a kid is. You know?
It's so colorful, the Cubbies, because you got all kinds of different backpacks going on.
Absolutely. All open air. You know, you see what everybody's got going on. No borders.
Vivid memories and the smells. Like if you ever walked into like an elementary school as an adult and you're like, it just there's a sound effect, takes you right back to fucking 5 years old, and you remember like one person or one situation.
Yeah.
This girl Patricia, obviously she's a big meat wagon. Never met a Patricia that was slimmed out.
Meat wagon. Good Lord,
Patricia
man.
is like panicking, and me and my buddy Kev Beswick were like best friends in the back, and she's huge. She was like double the size of me and Kev. We were little mini-me's.
Yeah.
This Sasquatch gets up and she's trying to get to the end of the room to go out to use the restroom, and she gets her like her dress caught or something. She steps over one chair. She made it one chair. She's wearing a skirt and then just goes, and a piss rocket. I'm talking full horse seed comes flying out of the middle of the skirt, splatter everybody's bag, dude. Everybody's horrified except for me and Bez are losing our mind. Shirt over the face, just fucking bouncing.
Oh my fucking God.
You remember like the wood dust, the wood saw they would take when somebody threw up or pissed?
Yeah,
for sure.
So the teacher's just like laying wood dust.
Wait. I said yes too quickly.
Yeah, I agree, man. I said the same
what you're talking
thing
about.
just to keep things rolling along. I've never heard of that in my life.
It was in a bar.
It was
Like an 1890s bar and just throw sawdust down.
It was
what kind of pilgrim parochial school did you go to? What are you talking about?
All right, let me say it in Old English. Maybe you'll fucking understand it. No, there was this like throw up sand.
Newspaper over it.
It was like puke sand that would suck up all the goods. So the teacher
Like
comes
Saul without snow plows. I've never heard of this, man. You're just rolling past this. Man, this is a complete anomaly.
Look, dude, this is one of those I'm showing my age type shit. But back when I was 4, if you pissed or threw up somewhere,
You're
you
like
get
2 years older than us.
Preschool is like calves for day.
Hey, man, why don't you go to the school of
It was rough.
She tripped and finished her piss all over. Like she just. That's it.
She was just so mortified, and she like got stuck in this fear action where she was just leaking, dude.
So wait, so they poured all the sawdust over it to
So they
absorb
just cleared like 4 seats, and everyone's just like looking around. But at least it
The
was a
janitor came in with a bag.
bag of horse feed.
He just lumbers out of his closet.
Which one of you kiddos was it?
Let me get the wood bag.
No, there was a
There are
fucking.
days and there are days.
Oh my fucking God.
There was a certain material or whatever. And it was like it was like an absorbent dust and like wood chip type thing.
I mean, it sounds like a thing that exists.
Yeah, I wish Foley was here. I bet he had it.
He probably still has it.
That's what keeps a bag in the house, man.
That's what he puts in his underwear before he goes for a walk in the spring bottle.
Yeah, he's like, just in case, you know. Wait, so that's so embarrassing.
And
though,
then
that-
once it dries up, it's easier to sweep up as opposed to.
But man, when
wasting all those
that
brownies.
bag comes out, that's so beyond like you're already embarrassed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got you and Bets, laughing under the shirt.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the janitor comes out with the wood bag.
Yeah.
Man, there's no recovery from there.
no,
You're that
yeah.
forever. You're
Yeah.
Patricia P for the rest of your life.
Until she goes eighth grade.
Yeah.
Ninth grade, yeah, that's it.
All you're hoping for is like you're like somebody's got to shit their pants during during Halloween, like some big event. Somebody's got to shit their pants. Take the heat off me.
True.
You're praying for it every day.
Yeah, I'd be putting X-Lax in everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
I even think a little dark, but I think you get to high school and you go, I hope somebody shoots up the school. Let me off the hook a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The shooter comes in, but he doesn't do it, and she's the only one who pisses.
It's so
Has to
funny.
go another 4 years.
Janitor gets the bag out again.
Oh, you again, piss pants?
He's like ducking bullets as he's doing
That little flag comes out of the barrel instead of it being an actual
It's just
gun.
like it never ends. It's so funny too. If she's like at the table, like with the kids who are like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about these jocks in this school," and she's like, "I know, right? Get them all." That's what I say. Leave me out though, like I'm pretty cool to you, and like maybe people start calling you things, and I'm good, right? It's so funny.
Keeps finding guns and ammo in his backpack. He's like,
Yeah. She's like,
this mag- I don't remember subscribing to this magazine.
I read on the internet. These are something for you. I don't know.
Throwing up was like 10 times worse than pissing your pants. Because throwing up, that's a room clearing incident.
Yeah.
That's and you're not eating good things. You're eating like fruit punch and salt pretzels, and they're coming out.
Totally, man.
They're coming out like bullets in a fucking.
Yes, I remember.
I never puked in school. I never.
Wow, you got out clean.
One time I was pissing and I had, like a giant T-shirt on.
Sure.
As we did.
Yeah.
And I had it all
It's probably
like,
normal
bunched
size,
up.
but you were like 3'4".
No, everyone wore big T-shirts. And I was pissing, and my buddy shoved me, and my shirt dropped, and I just pissed all into my shirt.
Did you get any shit for it?
He gave me his shirt.
Oh, wow.
He was
Zaja had no shirt on?
He was fucking with me, and then he felt really bad, so then he like wore my piss shirt.
Oh, wow. Damn, man. That's like
That's
really
a fucking good dude.
Good friend.
That's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a solid dude. He's making like millions.
Of course
in, like,
he is.
oil
Yeah.
business or something.
He's Jeff Bezos. No big deal. Jeffrey Bezos.
I should really reach out to him.
Yeah, dude, sponsor the pod.
How's he doing?
There was a kid that did something similar to that, but we just ragged on him until he almost like fucking ran out of school. He kept saying he was chewing on his shirt because he had a big piss spot. He was like, "No, I was just chewing on it."
Oh,
he acted
man.
like like kids do that when they're like
totally.
nervous or something.
Of
They
course.
just chew on the edge of their
Yeah,
bottom of their
course.
shirt while they're waiting to get picked in dodgeball or some shit.
Yeah, it's
just
so
letting all their
funny,
saliva.
man.
But this was a huge piss stain. He's like, "I'm chewing on the shirt, chewing on the shirt."
Yeah, when you're a kid, you're like, that's better. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
now you'd be
Yeah.
like, you're
Yeah.
chewing on your own shirt.
Yeah.
I'd rather you piss your pants. Like that's like a thing that happens. You know what I mean? You're just like, I couldn't hold it, whatever. But you're chewing on cotton. It's like, no, man, you're fucked up.
Oh yeah, I know what it would be. It would be so great to be like just an adult, have an adult brain in like a lot of those preschool moments.
Oh, yeah.
You get dragged into like the 4th grade, and someone's like, "Why do you keep talking in class?" And you're like, "I'm fucking 9, dude."
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
man.
Like it would be so fun to sit across a principal and be like, "Do you realize how ridiculous this conversation is?"
Of course, yeah, man.
I'm 9. Why am I talking in class?
Yeah.
Why are you keeping me after school to talk about
problem
this?
is-
Yeah, man. What
Who's
is
the
all
crazy
this?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to do any of this.
Yeah.
This scenario sounds wonderful.
Couldn't get a real job.
Yeah, man, you want the summers off. Fuck off. That's what this is. Shut up.
All the kids would be scared, and then your only goal is to change that one person's life, and that's
Yeah.
it's a viable option. Maybe she quits and then she starts a career that's not as lazy.
True. Yeah.
80% of them are lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
How
For
many
that-
good
for that
teachers
one
did you
good
have?
moment.
Dude, I had 2 in my family. When
Yeah.
you know them on that level,
Yeah.
you're like, no, you're
Yeah.
all Aunt Bev now, and
Dude.
I know Aunt Bev.
Yeah.
I
And
got guys from home that are multiple DUI high schoolers.
Right.
Cops.
Yeah.
They're cops.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
The dumbest guys I know are cops in
yeah.
Delco.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the level of stupidity is outrageous. And they marry teachers. The laziest fucking women in the world.
On day 1 when they get hired, it's like, here's your bag of sawdust. Here's a stack of pens and paper.
Here's the tube you have to blow in to start your car. I was kidding about the teacher thing, obviously, for a giggle, but a lot of them are dumb as shit.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
I have like 5 that were truly that person that like made an impact on my life, and I was like, wow, that person really loved their job. They were good at teaching. They were good at being a father figure. They were good at the whole thing.
Yeah, and those are the ones, the bar is pretty low, so those are the ones that are like amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like, oh my God. It's just like, yeah, everybody else is just like
the same.
Did the same, man. They just want the summers off.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do, so they're doing this.
Yeah.
And like, that's really
it's like filling a block pool.
Yes.
You're like, we got 4 squares left. Do you guys want to just come in and take a paycheck for a while? All you do is read the syllabus, you idiot. You're going to the same school twice. You're going to grade school twice, and you want me to fucking put you on a pedestal?
Right.
Yeah.
You used to be in this exact seat.
Yes.
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
This seat.
Yeah.
So come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why all these
And my
teachers-
brother was in your class. Said you were a bitch.
all these teachers are giving out the goods to these kids.
I was never good enough at school to know whether the
they're so
teachers
close
were
to
bad.
They're sucking them off and jerking them off, and they're
What?
getting all hot and bothered.
You guys went on a different road.
I'm saying it's easy for the teachers to go, this kid fucking Marty looks great. Maybe I'll take him into detention, you know? Shit gets weird. They touch hands by chance. It gets all milky, and they're like, I want to try some of this.
Man, and once it gets milky, there's no turning back.
You can't.
Once you get a little cream going.
syllabus.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, man.
Female teachers should be allowed to fuck kids, for sure.
Okay, that's another
Don't
stance.
you think?
Allowed to
Yeah.
fuck. They can't even do that in college, right? Or can they?
It should be a slap on the wrist, at least.
Can you bang your students in college?
I'm saying high school and up.
You know what's so funny is
Not like little
Dude,
kids.
it would be mayhem.
Man.
It'd be Planet of the Apes for everybody getting to the girl.
I would just love the idea that they have to write
You're
it.
talking about prison with a woman warden. You're just taking high school and making it a prison.
What?
Because you're just a bunch of dudes hiding their boners for fucking 8 hours a day, and you're gonna go, I can fuck her?
Well, they have to agree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think.
Right, of course.
It should be like this. It should be like.
I'm saying that's consensual in my example too, Anthony.
It should be a
I
law.
wasn't sure. Because jail, you mentioned jail. Jail operates very differently. That's all.
You're right.
That's all.
I meant the way the men are behaving in small quarters.
I got you. I understand.
Trying to get to the prize.
I understand. You just ran with that prison analogy. I just wanted to make sure.
We do.
That's all.
We do have to keep track.
Very true.
Dolly can jump.
I'm sorry.
No, man, you're good. I'm just watching it for you. It's
awesome.
I don't want anything to happen to you. Yeah, good point. Yeah, man. Don't cut that. Play it twice.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Fuck.
No, I'm saying it should be like the speed limit. You know, like there's a law in the books that you can't go past 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But
Treating Miss Veronica like a speed limit.
but come on, you know,
Yeah.
Did any of your friends fuck
if you're not going over 35, it's cool.
I never knew anybody that got even close.
No.
So you're saying all like free for all, like
No, I'm saying
Okay.
it is against the law. But
On the back streets.
we're not enforcing. We're not enforcing. We're
this is
not gonna-
jaywalking. All right, I got you. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna be into this. You just lay. It's there, but no one's really. No one's doing it. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, if you got pulled over going 26, you'd be like, that guy's a dick.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's.
But if you're going 40, you go, I get it.
So you're saying this is only for like the women, women and guys.
Women and young boys.
Yeah.
So, younger girls.
right, for sure. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
If you guys really dig into this, I'm gonna walk all this back.
Yeah, man. I think we're all cooked. You know, man. I mean, look, man. I said duty booty duty in the beginning of this. We're all cooked, man. It's fine.
If we ask 2 more questions, he's backflipping off this couch.
Man, you're gonna cut
We were
run.
so close.
You're gonna be like, man, I don't care about the Patreon anymore. None of this is worth it.
If I
on the
hear
gas
one,
and
so
let's
you're
go.
saying, I'm like,
Let's go over this.
That's the worst, man. Because you're trying to get to the bottom of a bit, but the more you explain it, you're like, shit, I've dug myself into a crime here, and there's no getting out.
Someone gives you one real world scenario, and you're like, yikes, that is bad.
Oh man, no, I totally understand the feeling.
It is funny seeing like how society deals with the visual representation of said subjects, where like the teacher bangs the student and they're like, oh yeah, dude, good for him. And then there's some moose or like some fucking woman that looks like she crawled out of the wilderness and like arrest the kid. Arrest the kid immediately for sleeping with that.
It is so funny though with them because everyone does
a bad path.
Everyone pretends to be such good people, but the minute those stories come out, the first thing in everybody's head is, let's take a look at the teacher.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if they're attractive in any way,
100%.
everyone has that little bone in them that goes, look, I get it's wrong, but I mean, come on.
Yeah,
you know?
can you imagine yourself in that situation?
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of people with Casey Anthony who go, I mean, you know, it's a lucky baby still.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That couch has got the energy today, bro.
Oh my God.
We're going to delete all this.
Ah, man. But it was a good, you know, it's fun to just be around you guys.
Dude, I'm kidding. This rules.
Dude. We were in Nashville this past week, and I don't think I told you this story, but
You definitely did. This is how I learned. And it always starts with that. My dad used to do the same shit. He goes, oh, you know this about me, right? I was a sailor. Dude. I'm like, what?
So we
Oh, yeah.
I told you.
I landed. Gardini, Nate, and I went and did Barstool did a podcast with this country music singer who's the fucking man. He was fun, and it went really well. And we were all jacked up, and they gave us a big bottle of whiskey, and we left with that. And we're walking back to our like Airbnb, and right as we get to this, there's like a train crossing. We get to this train crossing, and it's just starting, like a long freight train.
Yeah.
It's like 10 miles long. We're certain it is. We waited for like 15 minutes, and it's going like 7 miles an hour. And
You did not.
What? Yeah.
You hopped on.
Yeah.
What?
Eventually, I was like, dude,
That's
guys,
great.
I think we got to just
That's great.
get on and get over. You know, it's going 7 miles an hour. It's going so slow.
Who
they were
is
like,
it again? Who are you with?
It's me, Gardini, and Nate Marshall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought you said the other plumper.
No. He was convinced he would have made it out fine.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, I think we can get over on this. And they're like, I don't know, man. And we walk over to like kind of just scope it out. We walked down like into the gravel a little bit, so then when we'd be jumping off, we'd be coming onto the concrete. so they're kind of scoping it out. I just grab one of the ladders and climb up and go over and jump off the other side. Dude, when I landed, I ate shit so hard. I completely exploded. Phone, sunglasses, like, dude, rolled over like into a ditch. And then I'm laughing my ass off because there was a line of cars waiting for the train.
Oh, that's great.
So they
That's
literally
great,
see
man.
some kid just climb up and run across and go, and just absolutely explode. And I'm laughing so hard, but then I realized like I gotta tell them not to do it.
Yeah.
I
Is
get
it through
up.
the train cars? You're just screaming.
Dude, I get up and I see Gardini is on the cars. He's coming over. And I'm like, dude, it's moving way faster than you think. But he's already in air and he looks gorgeous in air, dude. Everyone jumping off looks so nice, just floating.
Yeah. I've seen Stand By Me.
They came down and was just no one was prepared. No one was prepared for the speed. So as soon as they hit the ground, they would rocket to the right. And everything that wasn't on the bottom, just
Yard sale.
so I'm laughing. I'm picking Gardini up off the ground.
He's built like a matchstick, dude.
And I
He
see
had to be
Nate
broken
coming over.
somewhere.
Dude, yeah, no, he would have been all right. But I see Nate coming over, and Nate told me after, like, he had heard me go, "It's moving way faster than you think." After he had just grabbed on, he was
So
like,
where's he
"Oh,
at now?
fuck."
Delaware?
Nate's coming over. He's got a bottle of Whistle Pig whiskey.
Oh my God. No.
10-year
Oh,
Whistle
no.
Pig in his hoodie
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah.
The loosest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way.
He jumps off, lands. As soon as he lands, his glasses.
The visual never gets old, dude.
It was, again, in air, he looked so good. Like, he looked so good because they're both kind of athletes.
Yeah,
like,
they're
Gardini
athletic.
wrestled, and Nate's pretty, like, good. They, like, they look so good as soon as they hit the ground. It was just, everything went everywhere. He gets up and he's like, oh, fuck, dude. Fuck. I think
the car's still walking.
That's my favorite. That
No,
they're
at
like,
this point, after I ate shit, the car's all backed up and turned around and left. It was. I saw them driving off. Dude, Nate lands. He's somehow the whistle pig survived.
Thick glass.
wow.
It didn't even come out.
Wow.
It stayed in his hoodie.
Was he holding it or just
No,
fuck it?
no, he was. We all jumped off like.
That's so funny. Dude.
Yeah, dude. And then so we're like, can you walk back to the house? And he's like, he tries to walk a couple steps. He's like, dude, I don't think I can walk. We gotta call an Uber.
What, he rolled his ankle?
No, he just landed. He was wearing like old school Jordans with like no protection.
Right.
And it just fucked his heel up real bad. So then he's standing on this median, like waiting for the Uber. And I look away from him. I'm like, that was crazy. And Gardini goes, Nate. And I turn around and Nate's just like,
Passed out?
Passed out. So we catch him. And we're like, dude, what the fuck? And he's like, he goes right into
shit. Buddy, that's a
snoring.
concussion.
No, he didn't hit his head.
No, what do you think he's tired?
He's just like, that took a lot out of me.
This is fucking this doctor over
I
here.
don't know about you guys, but jumping these trains.
Logic like this, we wouldn't be a cop in Delco.
Dude, I swear to God, he didn't touch, his head never touched the ground.
Well, you could still get a concussion from snapping your neck. Yeah.
I guess
Cutting off
maybe.
concussion.
Yeah. But I don't think his neck, his glasses.
Something happens.
Something happened, man. You don't just go to sleep.
Why are you not listening?
We wake him back up. Well, he did have a lot of whiskey. He had like 3 big glasses of whiskey. So that was part of it. We also, I don't know.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Dude,
maybe.
it's so funny.
Dude.
Like that's totally my MO. Was like, if I was part of that conversation
Yeah.
or that situation, you go home to like your girl or something. She's like, "How was today? What'd you do?" You're like, "Nothing."
Fell asleep.
I'm not saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a couple whiskeys, fell asleep.
Yeah.
You skip all the craziness.
Yeah.
I'm not repeating this.
At some point,
for anyone.
you give a detail. You're like, yeah, there's like a train like around here.
Long,
Crazy.
long train.
Long train.
Jesus.
Yeah, going slow though. Nothing else.
I did leave out
Way
the
too
best
slow.
part. I did leave out the best part, which is as soon as we were picking up Nate, the end of the train,
That's so funny.
it was done.
Yeah, I can't see the wherewithal to like look down the fucking track. Was it coming around a turn?
We were. No, it was. We saw the whole thing.
I just like,
But we've been waiting for so long, dude.
the parked cars watching you guys going, I think I'm seeing the worst train robbers in the
I
world.
don't want to be part of this.
That's why the one turned around. She's like, "Oh no,
this-
darling, I can't be part of this."
They probably were like, they must know how long this train is, so
Dude,
I better turn around.
I would have been
Oh,
so
yeah.
embarrassed if I was you. I probably would have jumped back on and fucking.
Dude,
Tried to do.
I was laughing.
Try
Yeah,
another
knowing
one.
all those people just watched
Yeah,
the
yeah,
yard
yeah.
sale on the side of the fucking rail.
That's so crazy. You would get back on there
I'd
to
get back
show
on,
them
do the
you
same
can
thing
jump
over.
right. That's great.
The total unpreparedness for
I get it.
forward
Totally.
momentum.
100%.
Everyone landed just completely flat-footed
so
and just would.
I completely get it.
It
Those
was,
parkour guys, you have to fall
Yeah.
in momentum,
Right.
and then continue.
Yeah.
But you're also going side. This lateral movement. That's like.
Well, we should have jumped off the train and like try to hit an angle.
Yeah.
But everyone was
Right.
trying to stay on the street instead of go into the gravel.
Yeah. You guys don't have a ton of experience. you know, like you're not like ninjas. You know, like you don't like do this often. I get it. Yeah, man. I remember, man. In college,
I'm still judging you, though. Don't get
I think it's so funny, man. In college, we were just playing like intramural basketball, like just out on the courts, University of Miami. And there's this like kid. It's just me, my friend Jafet, who's 6'4", and like we're playing. There's this kid on the other side of the court, smaller than me, just kind of shooting around, watching us. At one point, Jafet's like, "Hey, man, today's the day you dunk." And I was like, I don't know how. What? So
It's not like I haven't thought of that.
yeah, man. I'm like, all right, cool, coach. Yeah,
Every
all
time
right,
the sun goes down, I tried for 10 years.
yeah, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So he's like, no, man. He's like, I'll stand by the net. I'm gonna boost you up. Running start, go for it. So I'm like, yeah, all right, let's just do it. So I do it, and same thing, man. When you're in there, no rehearsal, no nothing. I'm not used. I'm on the way up, and I'm like, I can't believe this is working. I dunk. I'm like, this is incredible. What a feeling. But you have no like sense on the way down of where the ground's gonna be. I fall down. I think I land halfway through. Not yet. I hit the ground, pop my ankle immediately. I'm screaming on the ground. The shorter kid comes over to us, and he just looks at me like I was like a betrayal of our kind of people. And he just goes, that's for doing shit you ain't supposed to be doing.
Sage advice.
Yeah, sage advice. Might have been Bagger Vance.
Flew too close
man.
to the sun.
Yeah, man. I know
Stay
that
in your
feeling.
lane.
Yep.
Could the other kid dunk? The kid who said that shit?
No, he was. I mean, I'm 5'6". He had to be like 5'3". I mean,
okay.
maybe, but no, I don't think so.
Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah. But then, yeah, I do remember like because I heard it pop, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But Jafet was like, "Nah, man, you're being a pussy, whatever." So like the next day, I couldn't walk, black, couldn't fit in my shoe. I'm at the doctor on campus, and the doctor, I'm like, "Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think anything's wrong with it." He's like, "I've never seen he's like a sprain this bad. And borderline, you fractured your ankle." And I was like, "Well, my friend like told me," and he's like, "Who's your friend?" I was like, "He's a sophomore." It's like, "Is your friend a doctor?" Nah, man, he studies theater. Like,
He said he saw something like this once before.
yeah, man, on a production of Spider-Man.
There's nothing funnier than seeing somebody fucking yard sale, though.
Oh, dude, it
Like
was
when you're on a ski lift and you see somebody coming down the slopes and everything's off.
It's,
Well,
I mean,
dude,
they
it's the
wipe
best.
out and there's like
I got to
a
see it.
glove like 40 yards to the left. Both skis are going down different moguls.
I mean, I feel bad.
You're taunting them from fucking 50 feet.
I've never heard it called that. That's hilarious.
Oh, it's great.
I feel bad.
The goggles are going slowly down the mogul. You pussy! You know how long when you yard sale, dude, which I've done, obviously, it takes... No joke, it takes at least 45 minutes to get all your goods. Because you gotta
Put
start
a matte finish on some of these poles. Oh my God. Slow them down a little bit.
You got one.
Man, I'm not in the Olympics. I'm at Shawnee.
You got one ski yard in a lodge drinking a beer. Your fucking glove is like in a tree. Dude. Your goggles are smashed. And then there's just no, the only recovery you have is just laughing because all your boys are at the bottom pissing themselves.
Right, and everybody coming down is annoyed with you. That's the worst feeling, honest. Like a mountain when you're humbly walking back up to gather your things while people are breezing by you at top
You're
speed.
like, can I look like I'm kind of athletic in the way I'm handling walking these ski boots?
So true.
You're like chipping into the mountain like alpinist.
I remember fucking up so hard getting my skis back on after wiping out, thinking I was cool. And I got one locked in because I was holding the other one. The other one, I just started sliding, and then I bobsled the whole way down on my skis.
Dude.
Yeah.
Left my poles.
So frustrating.
Especially when you're a kid and you don't have the strength to like pop it back up.
Yes.
You can only do it with one foot.
So you
use
do-
the
You
first
don't know
foot.
why it's getting in. Yeah.
Oh, it's so humiliating. And then the other thing, because like that's the thing where like skiing, I always like pictured it's like Colorado, it's Aspen, it's these places where like I guess there are people that know how to like handle their emotions. Like we go skiing in like Jersey, it's just like a bunch of like furious Italians.
Yes.
They're already mad at the situation. Just they hate nature.
Also, it's
They
not
don't know why they're-
snowy. It's icy. The grass is coming up in some
yes.
parts. It's like
Yeah.
fucking mud.
They got a gun.
Yeah.
Going down the slopes. You know? No, 100%, man.
Yeah,
It
if
was
you
just
dump, you could dump into gravel. Like, you could dump into
man.
stones.
It's like broken glass.
What part of Jersey you from?
shattered
again? I
bottles.
forget.
Bloomfield, so Essex County, like North Jersey. Yeah. So we would go to Mountain Creek, which is where Action Park was,
Well,
but in the
I used to
winter,
go
was like skiing, and it was just like, it's as dangerous as Action Park.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just that, and you got a bunch of just dirtbag Jersey kids, like just snowboarders, like cigarettes, like on the ski lift, like throwing them down at you as you're going. Like it was nuts.
It's the best.
Dude,
It was great.
New Jersey
Great.
is crazy. New Jersey is it has everything in it.
I stick up for New Jersey.
I like
that
New Jersey.
That hack bullshit, like it's the worst.
I agree with you, man.
But there are a couple
I think the
areas.
best
There are
people
areas.
come from New Jersey.
Wow.
I do.
That's ridiculous.
I don't think so.
I'm trying to say they're not the worst.
Dude, every kid in New Jersey is like, yeah! They're coming up with something.
Yeah, man.
They're motivated people.
That's true. We are a motivated bunch,
Their whole
man.
life is New York being like pussies.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Philly respects them because we steal their beaches and
Yeah,
their
true.
their culture.
True. Yeah.
South Jersey's just like
South Jersey's
Western
Philly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Philly, man.
That's
You
all.
own Wildwood.
Yeah.
I completely concede that to
Yeah.
Philly.
But then there's like
100%.
farmland. There's like Hicks.
Oh, yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
Hicks down
There's
south
some
in
Hicks.
Jersey.
Oh,
There's
really?
Beaches.
The Jackson Whites
Yeah.
live in Jersey. They're
Yeah.
like these the crazy clan of like woodland people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the Ramapos
You ever seen The Wonderful
are
Whites of
fucking
West Virginia?
nuts.
Oh yeah. Yes. They're like
Yeah,
related to that.
I've asked a few guests about that because it changes their lives. I expect you've seen it though,
I
right?
have seen
Oh,
it
okay.
years ago.
It's
yeah.
it's the best thing I've
It's
ever seen.
crazy,
In my life.
yeah, it's great.
I imagine that
That
very similar.
Yeah, I believe so. They're
Just
like
mountain
hill
people.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like 6 jagged teeth.
Yeah.
They always have an axe.
Yes,
You know,
dude.
half a hair.
That's kind of a dream, though. You know what I mean?
What?
Like being of that fucking that mental incapacity,
I
being
know.
so dumb
Oh sure.
that you'll fuck your sister or
Sure.
fight or kill your dad.
Right.
And you only have like 2 acres to protect from nobody.
True, man. The world is true, man. The world's a different place for you. You know what I mean? Like the laws we've come up with, all this stuff. You don't live there. You live in a different place. It's kind of cool.
Here we go, dude.
Please go for it, Tommy. Please. I want to get back to his Ramapo thing after this. You've hijacked the
I
thing
do
with how you want to be a hill person.
You only have,
So you can
have
fuck
2
your
acres to
sister
protect
and kill your
from
dad.
nobody.
What? Please tell me. Go
What I
ahead,
mean by
man.
that is you're so dumb that you think like, well, this
It's
is my
important.
land. It's my
Yeah,
land.
I get you.
It's my
Yeah.
land. Clarence, go get him. And there's like 6 or 7 fucking rabid dogs
Yeah.
with 8 nipples, and they're always somehow always getting fucked and giving birth. They don't have food for themselves, but all the animals are fat.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And it's a way of life that like I envy sometimes because you know my mother always used to say like don't feel bad for people that are really dumb because they're happy.
Right.
But hill dumb is like that's a fun dumb.
Yeah,
we're not
that-
talking about mentally challenged dumb. We're
Right,
talking
right.
about like they weren't born dumb. They fucking their frontal lobe is rotted from pills and booze and drugs. That they became super fun. Fun dumb. You know what I mean? Super fun dumb is the
The only thing left in their brain is how to fix everything.
except their marriage.
Anything mechanical, they're like, dude, I can make this. Yeah, we can launch off this. Yeah.
They don't have electricity, but they have a working pinball machine from like '83. They just take a fucking tooth out and like jam it between the back.
Yeah,
But
dude.
in summary, I think I truly, when I watch documentaries like that, I'm like, man, that must be really fun. There's no stresses of like they don't wake up and go fucking bills, man. I got that second call back for that fucking job. It's
They're
like,
like,
no, you
let them
don't.
come down here.
The
Right.
government hands you a
They look
check.
at the 1 acre. They look at the 2nd acre. If they're
Safe.
birth secure, they're good for the day. That's all they have to do.
Yeah, let's get fucked up again. They're just drinking so much they're shitting aluminum. You know what I mean? Like, just what a wonderful lifestyle.
Dude, but Ramapo is...
Yeah, please.
Ramapo
Yeah.
is the
Wow, what's
scary...
this about?
Dude, North Jersey...
Ramapo?
Yeah, like the
Oh,
Ramapo,
Ramapo.
Mountains, dude, are
Yeah.
like it's West Virginia. It's
Yeah.
like scary
Yeah.
hillbillies.
Rednecks, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're 25 minutes from downtown Manhattan.
Yeah, dude, it's so strange.
It's so crazy.
They're
At any
weird.
moment, they go see a Broadway show. If they wanted to. Bust them in. Have them go to Kinky Boots. Why not? Be great. Just there with their shotguns in the second row, freaking out.
How is she supposed to tell the waiter you need something?
See, Miss, they put Miss Doubtfire on Broadway. We gotta see that shit.
That is a great call. I think you should make that a Patreon tier. If you raise enough money, you'll bust some people into a Broadway show.
Dude, collecting them would be the hard part.
Oh, sure, they're squirrely. They're like the snakes they own.
Hey, Bert, look up how much it is to rent a blow dart. With a side of elephant head, dude. Imagine going hillbilly hunting with a blow dart starting an elephant net? It's fired up.
so funny. Oh man.
And then having them catch you and be like, "What the fuck are you doing? We're trying to take you to bro."
Yeah. There's a Puerto Rican on the anchor too.
Man,
you seen
the coolest. A bunch of them in Times Square eating ice cream cones.
They love the M&M store because he's hand over fist eating directly from the bin.
There's like one weird thing we don't know that they would love. That they're like, there was like an M&M wrapper like under a grass patch that they didn't know what it was, but they look at it their whole lives and they see a whole store dedicated to it.
Dude, I do have a fear of like the craziest person in the world hasn't tried chocolate yet. Like he's never had like a good fucking gummy bear. He loses his shit.
Loses it.
That's what sends him over the edge to murder. Ever try these M&Ms, Carl?
I mean, that's the closest you'll get to bringing someone from back in time. What?
Might be going for an early pee.
You going for an early pee? Go take a pee.
Yeah, go take a piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually when I say I'm going to pee, I usually wait till an hour.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man, you're fine.
We'll
man.
survive
Yeah,
without
man.
you.
We'll be
Yeah.
just fine.
Let you know.
Did you ever see that movie?
Tommy comes back. We're at each other's throats about how 9/11 never happened.
We'll be fine.
What movie?
Out of the furnace. Out of the furnace.
What's Out of the Furnace again?
It's a movie with like Christian Bale and Casey Affleck and their brothers.
Oh yeah, I saw this like years ago.
Yeah. It's fantastic. But he goes to the Ramapo Mountains and just like fight. But Woody Harrelson's in it.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good movie.
But yeah, it is. It's a fantastic movie. It's like it's like one of the best movies I've seen. What?
Ramapo.
Where he goes to fight.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
where there's like the bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, we were coming back from somewhere. It was like me, Shane, and Six were coming back from I don't know where the fuck we were coming back from, upstate New York somewhere. We were probably driving back from Buffalo or some shit.
Yeah.
And we were coming back to New York and we cut right through there just to like avoid traffic. And it is like, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Man, there used to be. It doesn't. I think it still exists, but it's not like called this anymore in Jersey.
Yeah.
It was literally under a bridge too. It was called Midgetville. Did you ever hear of this? This is a real thing in Jersey. It's not.
See, I told you they have everything.
Yeah. And it was. So I think what
They
happened.
could have shot Lord of the Rings in New Jersey if there wasn't so many people there.
That's so funny. They're like, is this New Zealand or Parsippany? You can never tell. But so Midgetville was this like.
Yo.
Yeah, you know about Midgetville.
Yeah, there was a Midgetville and there was
Yes.
Satanville.
Oh, in Jersey?
No, there was a Midgetville just outside of Delco.
That's hilarious, man. Midgetville's
Did you ever
like
go?
a chain town. We went in Jersey. Yeah, there was one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a cluster of small homes.
Tiny homes.
All little people.
They throw rocks at your car.
Yes, they throw rocks. Man, amazing.
Come here.
Yep,
Wait,
come on.
What? What the hell are you talking about? They
Yeah,
throw
dude.
rocks
Yo,
in your car.
and any Delco listeners, please verify this story because my brother couldn't verify the last one. I'm still in shit.
Can't be much velocity behind those throws.
Dude, fucking.
They rev up. You'd be surprised.
It's all in the legs.
Yeah, that's low center of gravity,
I bet
man.
they can train hop without fucking going yard sale. They stick like garden
They
gnomes.
turn into one of those. They turn into one of those Sonic balls. Yeah.
Yeah,
They throw other midgets.
So what? It's a baby, not a rock. No, they had a fucking.
Is there
army.
like a grocery store that's tiny and like a?
I don't know. It's a good question. We always went at night just for fear because you see
Yeah.
a normal size vehicle. I'm not kidding. I'm cruise around little tykes. Slow down! We're going 2 miles an hour.
They're tiny, squeaky horns.
So the first Teslas, they had charging stations were just outlets.
Just USB plugs.
Oh my god!
No, like as soon as they saw normal people,
Yeah.
they knew they were coming just to jeer them and fuck with them.
Yeah.
So we were not welcome. So we go at night after getting all fucked up. On the way to Midgetville, there was this guy called Porchman Dooman. I spoke about this guy before. This is kind of a sad story. But in the back roads to get to Midgetville or Satanville, there was this dude called Porchman Dooman. He would chill. On
It
his
sounds like fan fiction.
Well, he's here verifying it.
No,
I know,
yeah.
I know.
Asshole
I
bitch.
believe you. I believe you.
You get so catty.
Yeah,
he
Call him
does.
an asshole bitch.
Every time he comes back from the bathroom,
I don't like
he's-
getting my
he's
Porchman Dooman story fucking in.
in.
So this dude he only slept on the porch. He had a big single home.
Right.
And he would always, no matter what time of the day, he'd be in a rocking chair or on the front stoop, no matter what season, Porsche man doing it. It's all he stuck there. And the legend was his son went to Vietnam and never came home.
Cool legend.
Uh-huh.
That's a cool legend.
Try to make that funny, Burke.
Yeah.
So wait, why was he called Porsche Man Do Man?
He liked the
Someone out
Porsche.
for a
Yeah.
pack of
All right,
cigarettes.
but why the Do Man?
We supported him. Everybody you support gets a nickname in this town, dude.
Fair. Man,
Because
It
people are probably like,
sounds
why
nice.
does he
It
do
does
that?
sound
It's like
nice.
Porch Man do.
What was
Yeah.
Satan?
Man.
yeah, I'm curious.
Hold on. Tommy's got a story laid out here, I imagine.
Oh, okay.
I fucked up the one Porch Man Do-Made story,
No,
but
it was good.
there's
I
no,
liked it.
Which
There's
talking
no
about?
dismount.
There's
There's
no-
no
liked it.
fucking sadness.
No.
You're taking us on a journey, driving past Porch Man Do Man.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
where are we headed next? We're all in the car and we're excited. I don't care. I loved all the sites. I love Porch Man Do Man. Don't you dare. We're all going down on
home.
yourself over Porch Man Do Man. It's a 2-hour-long podcast, man. You're gonna have some discs.
This does happen in real life.
Porch
Porch Man
Man
dude,
Do Man.
watch. Wait till you see Porch Man Do Man. He's not out there. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
Beeping
there's
the
still
horn.
Satanville in Midgetville. It's gonna be nuts.
there's always a backup plan.
Yeah. Some regular sized guy comes out of a tiny home. You're like, I swear to God.
If all those don't work out, we just go to Little Italy. Look at all these fucking freaks. They're just sitting outside eating all day, every night.
But wait, what were you gearing up for?
Nothing. I just want to tell you
Sure.
about anytime I coordinate or correlate those two locations, I always think of Porch Man Doom Man.
Right.
We have to go down this hill and you'd pass Porch Man Doom Man on your way to Midgetville.
That's kind of great though that there is that other, you know what I mean? It's almost like he's like the gatekeeper for these like weird sort of towns.
Yeah, it's like
Q3
the-
questions.
It's like that. What's that?
It's so funny. He never knows the answer. So he's just like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right, I got 2 more. I gotta get on through.
It's like
Do we have to do that? No, it's just fun to talk to me.
He likes it. I don't know.
it's like
What's Satanville
It's
like?
a small
Yeah.
world in Disneyland. You know what I mean? Like you get in a boat and you see all these fucking weird towns and
yeah.
freakish pods of people.
Wait, so because I remember our Midgetville was like, you know, it was like a small community of tiny homes, and then it was roadblocked off because for the same reason people come in, the midgets would go nuts, they throw rocks at you, so you weren't allowed in there.
Kidding?
Swear to God, yeah, it's still
Thank
there.
God you
There's a
said this.
roadblock?
Yeah.
Nobody would believe me.
No, I know.
Yeah.
There's a
Where they have
roadblock
like
now.
a military police
Yeah,
guard.
yeah. They have the National Guard.
It's like the movie Outbreak. Yeah.
They have one junior National Guard member who is there.
The local Boy Scouts. Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, did they have... What was the barrier? How big was the barrier? Was it a barrier that midgets could move?
No.
about how much
It's
harder
like
it would
normal
be
size. Yeah, go
To tell
please.
this story, if you had to say Little People World.
I know. I said it once, and I was like, I can't.
People,
It's just not. It
Yeah, I
doesn't
know
roll
it's,
off the tongue as
you
well.
can't-
You just can't.
It's also
Yeah.
factually...
We're talking about how we
it's
used to be back
factually
then.
incorrect.
True,
We don't
true.
do that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, and they named it Midgetville.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
yeah.
This is
have
a
a big
history,
mouth.
this is a
Demanded
history
it.
podcast.
Yeah, we wanted it to be called Freaktown, and they said, let's call it Midgetville. I'm like, okay, fine.
They go chasing us with the little deer hooves.
Yeah, whatever you say, guys. But wait, what was Satanville?
It was just it was a population of people that just worship Satan.
Oh, okay.
And it was like dark, and you know they're like
Yeah.
cosplay.
Yeah,
Kids.
yeah.
So it wasn't like legit. Like you weren't scared to go to. I was more scared to go to Midgetville because they
course.
literally would
Right.
fucking hurl seeds of rocks at you. Dude. They were like
Satanville's a bunch of cowards who like velvet.
Yeah.
It's not.
kids that dressed up as like trench coat mafia, and they were like,
Yeah.
the devil.
Was there parking outside Midgetville? You could maybe walk through.
You don't
No.
dude, you don't peruse.
Yeah, man.
Midgetville.
You can't go in there being like, I gotta.
No.
You guys have any?
I'm looking for real estate. I'm looking for a house to park my Corvette.
I'm looking to buy in this market.
It's so up and down. It fluctuates. You got to get your money. You got to diversify your bonds.
So what did they do? I mean, is it still there? Or
I don't know.
Was the mayor
It's-
eventually like, look, our economy is in tatters?
Sorry, guys. I know you just want to live your lives, but people. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Tourist attraction now. I think people just go and take pictures like in front of the small houses. I guess maybe they've changed where they need the money.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good move.
It still exists apparently.
Is the one in Jersey or
Yeah, Jersey.
it still exists?
Look
Yes.
at the one in PA. please.
Last
wanna
time
see the
I
location.
went, it was blocked off. That's great if they've turned a corner and they've just like,
Make
you know,
money, yeah.
they're helping the economy
Yeah.
in New
Yeah.
Jersey. But last time I went, because I think I tried to show Julia, and who was completely uninterested. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, man, wait till you see this midget, but you're going to go crazy.
Yeah. Take my Portsmouth Doom Man story. When do you guys hear this?
I like
Yeah.
this story. I like Portsmouth Doom.
Yeah, man. No, don't.
All right.
We're
moving on.
No, man. Portsmouth Dew Man. I can picture him in my head.
Yeah.
If anyone's out there, draw a picture of Portsmouth Dew Man, and we'll hang it on the wall here.
I like
Yes.
this.
Yep. And they hang it on the wall here of my home. I said wall hanging on
We
the
got a
wall.
little real estate, you know?
Oh, yeah. Between the Van Goghs and
Couple
the...
blocks. We got a couple blocks
Yeah.
up there.
The
we can
Duchamps,
get
They
into.
were gonna be like, "Who's that?"
That's Portsmouth Dew Man.
Long story.
Yeah.
Actually takes 10 seconds and goes nowhere.
Did you ever have your son go to Vietnam?
But yeah.
He
there
really
was-
did. He just drank every day, all day.
Yeah,
Sat on his
man.
porch. Alone.
I know. That's it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you think that's the life you'd like too, huh?
I like the there's a romanticism to it.
Yeah,
I
there is for
agree.
sure.
Yeah.
There's a romanticism in giving up because of a big loss.
Yes.
I've always felt like
Yeah.
I'm definitely drawn to that. I would
Yeah.
love to have that feeling without the loss. You know, if there was any way that you like,
Yeah.
you could have that without
Yeah.
having the pain of the loss, but
Yeah.
the romance of being this lifelong drunk because something horrible happened.
Have you ever
Exactly.
tried Molly?
No.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's very close.
The good news is that if you are a lifelong drunk, eventually something terrible will
That's really true. That's really true. Yeah, that's very, very true, man.
Yeah.
Stay in the
You can
course,
kind of
eh?
reverse engineer it.
You're right. You're 100% right.
You
Yeah.
could will a disaster within 3 years of being a pile of shit. Dude, if something terrible doesn't happen within 5, you're not that good at being a piece of shit.
Yeah, you need to work hard. Yeah.
You're right, man. Yeah, fucking, yeah, man.
I've been sitting around waiting for something terrible to happen to me.
You know, you start to look at Riggs differently. Maybe it's something he fucked up in his marriage.
Oh,
man.
fuck.
That's funny as fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude. I
Holy
would
shit.
always think that, man. The
Where we
trailer
at?
by the beach with a dog
Yeah.
seems incredible. Eating a can of baked beans every night for
Yeah.
dinner.
The problem is you can only reminisce on like the one girl you had sex with because
That's
it's
true.
hard to find a woman that's going to lay with you. You know what I mean? Unless you're close to like a Roy Rogers truck stop, you can knock around a paid girl, you know?
That might have been the dirtiest full sentence you've ever said. Front to back.
Yeah.
Great, man.
I'll
That was
back it
great.
up on the Patreon. We're coming
That
right
was
back.
terrific.